Picture this. You're in a bustling kitchen preparing a feast for a big family gathering. You're chopping vegetables, stirring a pot, checking the oven, all while keeping a keen ear out for the doorbell. This, my friends, is multitasking. In the simplest terms, multitasking is the act of performing multiple tasks simultaneously. It's a bit like being a juggler at a circus, keeping several balls in the air at the same time. And let's not limit it to physical tasks. Ever caught yourself scrolling through your email while listening to a podcast and sipping your morning coffee? That's multitasking too. In our fast-paced world, where time is a scarce commodity, multitasking has become more of a norm than an exception. With the advent of technology, it's become easier than ever to switch between tasks at the blink of an eye. We're constantly bombarded with information, tasks, and distractions, and multitasking seems like the most logical response, allowing us to keep up with this relentless pace. Take the corporate world, for instance. Picture a day in the life of a project manager. They're likely to be balancing different tasks like scheduling meetings, assigning tasks, responding to emails, and solving problems, all within the span of a single workday. This ability to juggle multiple tasks is often seen as an essential skill, a sign of efficiency and competence. Similarly, in our personal lives, multitasking has become an integral part of our routine. Whether it's cooking dinner while helping kids with their homework or catching up on the news while working out, we're constantly flexing our multitasking muscles. But it's not just about getting more done in less time. Multitasking can also provide a sense of accomplishment, a thrill even, as we navigate through the chaos, managing to keep all the balls in the air. In the whirlwind of modern life, multitasking has become second nature. But is it always a good thing? Let's dive deeper. Imagine being able to juggle multiple tasks at once like a pro. That's the power of multitasking. A skill that, when honed, can truly be a game changer in your personal and professional life. But what exactly are the benefits of multitasking? Well, let's dive in. Firstly, multitasking can increase productivity. Imagine you're on a conference call and while you're listening, you're also cleaning out your inbox. You're essentially doing two tasks at once, maximizing your time and output. This is the essence of multitasking. It's about doing more with the time you have. Secondly, multitasking allows for flexibility. Picture yourself in the kitchen, cooking dinner, while also helping your child with their homework. You're not just being a good parent, you're also demonstrating the ability to shift between tasks seamlessly. This flexibility can be a lifesaver in our busy lives, allowing us to adapt to unexpected changes or demands. Lastly, multitasking can improve your time management skills. When you're handling multiple tasks at once, you're constantly evaluating and reevaluating your priorities. You're deciding what needs your attention now and what can wait. This requires a level of strategic thinking and planning, skills that are invaluable in any setting. But it's not just about doing more things at once. It's also about doing them well. This is where the concept of effective multitasking comes in. Effective multitasking is not about rushing through tasks. It's about knowing when to switch between tasks and when to focus on one thing at a time. So you see, multitasking is not just about juggling tasks. It's about juggling them effectively. It's about being flexible, strategic, and productive. It's about making the most of your time and energy. However, like any skill, it's important to use multitasking wisely. It's not always the best approach for every task or situation. And that's okay. The key is knowing when to multitask and when not to. So multitasking can be a powerful tool when used correctly, but there's a flip side to this coin, and we'll delve into that in the next segment. Stay tuned. Ever find yourself feeling overwhelmed with too many tasks at once? That's the trap of multitasking. Multitasking can seem like a magical solution to our busy lives. Who wouldn't want to be able to juggle a dozen balls in the air at once? But it's not always as beneficial as we think. In fact, it can sometimes do more harm than good. One of the major downsides of multitasking is the stress it can cause. Our brains weren't designed to handle multiple complex tasks at once. When we overload them, it can trigger a stress response. Over time, this chronic stress can take a toll on both our mental and physical health. Lack of focus is another common pitfall. When we're constantly switching between tasks, our attention gets divided. We're not giving any one task the full attention it deserves. This can lead to mistakes and lower quality work. And let's not forget about the mental fatigue that comes with continuously shifting gears. It's like running a marathon without a break. Sooner or later, you're bound to run out of steam. What's more, the constant juggling act can lead to burnout. Burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. It occurs when we feel overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to meet constant demands. And once you hit burnout, it's not easy to bounce back. Finally, multitasking can also hinder our ability to think deeply and creatively. When we're always in a rush, we don't have the time or mental space to delve into a problem or come up with innovative solutions. Instead, we end up skimming the surface and settling for good enough. So despite its apparent allure, multitasking is not always the productivity powerhouse it's touted to be. It can lead to stress, lack of focus, decreased quality of work, and even burnout. It's clear that while multitasking has its benefits, it's not always the best approach. So, when should we avoid it? Remember that time when you tried to watch a movie and read a book at the same time? Not so productive, right? In fact, there are many situations where multitasking can be more of a hindrance than a help. The main culprits are tasks that require deep concentration, tasks that demand creativity, and tasks that need high levels of detail. Let's say you're studying for an important exam. You've got your textbook open, your notes spread out all around you, and you're trying to memorize key concepts and facts. But at the same time, you're also checking your phone, replying to emails, and maybe even watching the latest episode of your favorite show. The problem here? Each of these tasks is vying for your attention, and as a result, you're not giving the necessary focus to your studies. The end product is a shallow understanding of the material that's unlikely to stick in your long-term memory. Or perhaps you're writing a critical report for work. You need to be creative, innovative, and detailed in your analysis, but you're also juggling phone calls, surfing the web, and maybe even trying to eat lunch at your desk. Again, the issue here is that these distractions are preventing you from delving deep into the task at hand. Your creativity is stifled, your attention to detail is lacking, and the quality of your work suffers. In these cases and many others, multitasking can actually decrease productivity rather than increase it. It can lead to mistakes, lower quality work, and a lack of depth in your understanding or creativity. So the trick is to know when to multitask and when to focus on one task at a time. But how can we strike that balance? Finding the right balance between multitasking and single tasking can feel like walking a tightrope, but it's possible. It all begins with understanding your tasks and knowing when to apply which strategy. Firstly, prioritize your tasks. Not everything needs your immediate attention. Identify the tasks that are urgent and important, and tackle those first. It's okay to push back on tasks that can wait. Secondly, set clear goals. Know what you want to achieve at the end of each task. A clear vision keeps you focused and prevents you from straying. Time for the third tip. Take breaks. This might sound counterintuitive when talking about being productive, but our brains aren't designed to focus on multiple tasks for long periods. Short breaks can refresh your mind and improve your focus. Finally, practice mindfulness. Be present in whatever you're doing. If you're responding to an email, focus on that email. If you're in a meeting, be in that meeting. Mindfulness helps you give your best to the task at hand, making you more efficient and effective. Striking the right balance isn't about always doing more. It's about doing what's necessary, in the best way possible at the right time. And remember, it's a continuous process. Some days, you'll need to multitask more. Other days, you'll need to single task, and that's okay. Remember, multitasking is a skill, not a magic wand. Use it wisely, and you can master the art of productivity. So there you have it, the benefits of multitasking and when not to do it. We've journeyed through the phenomenon of multitasking, explored its advantages, recognized its pitfalls, and discovered when it's best to abstain. Remember, it's all about striking the right balance. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Online with Teresa for more insights. And we'd love to hear from you. What's your experience with multitasking? Leave your comments below. Until next time, stay productive.